everyone. Hello, everyone. I am Ashley Leone. I'm the Director of Education at Urban Spools. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am interviewing Catherine Dutton and Alice Dutton. They are the designers of Allie and Cece. Their latest release is called the Big Easy, and it's a new quilt pattern. And this is a version of it behind me right here. It's our shop sample, and I love it. I did it myself. It went together. Oh, thank you. It went together so nicely, and we are teaching this pattern as a class. We have several classes online that you can register for, and we're also teaching it virtually. The virtual is new to us this year, so we're very excited to do that. And if you are staying safe and at home, I applaud that and encourage you to join us in sewing virtually. So let's meet Allie and Cece.
Hi, everybody.
Can you all introduce who's who?
Sure. I'm Catherine, also known as Cece. And I'm Alice, also Allie.
Catherine and Alice. Can you, I see your background. I've noticed it and loving it. Tell us about the pattern.
Right, so the Big Easy is named because, well, it's big and easy. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's designed to showcase big prints. And so you can see here behind me, I worked up another sample, and this one's using Tulip Pink's line work as most of the prints in it. And so it's designed to really showcase big prints you don't really want to cut up super small. And it's fat quarter friendly. It uses most of a fat quarter. Yeah, and it just comes together really fast. Most of the people that we've had making it and testing it usually can finish the top in, 2 or 3 days. So it's a pretty quick quilt.
I love it because it's so, sometimes I just fall in love with my fabric so much I can't bear to cut it and chop it. And so this is a quilt where I don't have to do that. I can really just enjoy the line and all its glory. And so I really love that aspect.
That's exactly why Alice made this pattern. She bought that beautiful Anna Maria Horner fabric that you can see behind us here. And it's such pretty fabric. But she didn't want to chop it up into small, tiny pieces.
Yeah, I wanted something that really showcased those large, beautiful prints.
Awesome. Do you think this is a quilt for, that you need to be a more advanced quilter to complete?
No, this is beginner friendly. There's only straight seams. There's no half square triangles. There's no tricky piecing. We had in our testing group, we had someone who this was their first quilt. And so she did have a friend help. She Zoomed with her because she'd never cut with a rotary cutter before. And so it was great to see that she was able to make the quilt, and she went ahead after she made that one, and she's made an additional one with different fabric.
Yeah, it's definitely a beginner friendly, but I think it's also one of those quilts that you can make multiple times if you're a more advanced quilter, because it does come together quickly. It makes it's available in multiple sizes, and so you can make like a quick throw, or you could make a queen size quilt, either one.
Stephanie Chartier is out there. Stephanie, it's so good to see you. And Cielo and Lori. Oh my goodness, it's two of the most amazing women. That's what she says to you all. So it's such kind words. Your fan club's coming. I love it. I love it. How long have you all been quilting?
I did the math for mine, and I am just about hitting 20 years this year at quilting. So,
I'm in the 15 plus category, I think.
Yeah.
I think I made my first quilt when I was a teenager, and but I've really delved back into quilting here in the last 10 years.
Okay, so that's specifically quilting. How about sewing? Did you sew sooner than that, or did you go straight to quilting?
So I started sewing, I think I was like 8 or so. I mean, definitely younger. I was playing with my mom's sewing machine, dumping pins in those little holes in the sewing machine.
Yes.
That's what they're
Right. It's play.
Finding out that ruined sewing machine is
Right in the hole. Technician's worst nightmare.
So we were sewing, and I think I would say around 8 I started actually sewing.
Same here. Yeah, my first thing I sewed, very, very useful, a pair of underwear.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. That's amazing. Why not, right? If you gotta learn something, I want it to be practical. Practical. Let's see, we have Kim Biltings.
Biddings? Hi, Kim.
Biddings, is that right? You know her? Okay, good. Sarah is here, Sarah Hechtman. And then Cielo. She loves the big prints we're using. Thank you, Cielo. So we've got your first project. I have a list of questions. I just can't wait to get with you. Your family. So let me ask this. When did you two decide to collaborate and work together on pattern designs? When did Allie and Cece get born, or how did it get born?
I think it was on a road trip.
I think it was.
Yeah.
So we have lived together. We're sisters, and there's 8 years between us. And we've lived together for 12 years now?
Almost 12 years.
Almost 12 years.
Okay.
And sometime in there, I don't know the exact when, we were on a road trip, and we were like, let's do this. It's not one of those super insightful stories.
That's okay. That's okay. People will want to know whatever the story is. That's great. That's great.
I think we were both at the phase with our quilting where we had moved beyond just following patterns, and we were adapting patterns, and then we started going, well, what if I do this? And really and creating our own designs for what we were sewing. And I think we both were enjoying that.
Yes.
And people would say to us, is there a pattern for it? And with people asking that, we started to go, okay, well, maybe we can make a pattern for it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Charlotte Cronkite says hello. And then Kathy Fields. Do you know Kathy Fields?
Yeah.
Yes, she's wonderful. She wants to know, how did you figure out you were going to produce patterns? We kind of covered it a little bit. She may have asked that while we were discussing it.
Yeah, so I love the mathematical part of pardon me. I love the mathematical part of quilting, and I love when I'm in my meetings for work and everything, my notebook is covered in quilt blocks. So I would frequently come up with new blocks, or just different variations of blocks as I would be doodling in my notebook. And so I would sometimes turn those into, and just as Catherine covered, we really enjoyed that. And so just taking that the next level and making patterns.
I can relate to that. I frequently, to relax, I'll just think of start thinking about designs and just kind of, it relaxes me if I'm in a stressful situation, or if I'm driving in the car and I kind of want to, space out. I'm still driving though, safely. But to think about your craft and your quilt, and I could do this or I could do that, and you it's a relaxing feeling, gives you some good endorphins. So I bet a lot of quilters can relate to that. Tell us about your day jobs, because I know you don't quilt. This is kind of your side gig, which I love it. But tell us about your day jobs. What do you do in the real world?
So I'm a high school teacher. I teach here in McKinney, and I teach high schoolers from 9th to 11th grade, and I teach a course called AVID, which stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. And so it's for students who are determined to do well and who want to go to college. And so I am kind of like a coach or a mentor for them to help them get the skills and help that they need to be successful in high school and in the world.
And I am a faculty member at Texas Women's University in their Human Development, Family Studies, and Counseling department.
Wonderful. You all are both educators. Does that run in the family?
It sure does.
It does. Our parents are educators. Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's see. Peggy Sullivan, I know Peggy. She says the quilts are beautiful. Charlotte Cronkite says hello and to come see her at her store. You can do that after you visit us, Charlotte. You have to come to Urban Spools too. Diana De La Shaw, she loves the teaching, loves the talk.
Tech.
Thank you, Diana, and loves the tech. She loves the techs here. Janet, oh, she wants to do the virtual class. Janet, do sign up. Yes, we have our virtual classes in January. We hope to do more in February. And then we have the Big Easy class 3 or 4 times between now and April. So do go to urbanspools.com and register. Because of COVID, we're being very safe, and we are only having 4 students per class. So those spots are going to fill up. So I encourage you to sign up. Now, virtually, we can have more people. So please get on the list and get in here. We would be excited to help you. Melissa Eubanks is here. She says, hi, ladies. Hi, Melissa. So good to hear from Melissa. Stephanie is asking, what is your favorite part of pattern making?
Not editing the pattern.
Yes. It's easier to say the least favorite, huh?
I think there's multiple steps along the way that I really like about pattern writing. And this was our first time having pattern writers, pattern testers.
Okay.
And I really, really loved seeing everybody's interpretation of the fabrics that they chose and how they put it together. And so I think that has to be my favorite part, is seeing how other people do it, how they put it together.
Mm-hmm. I have to agree with Alice. With all of the patterns that we released at this point, just seeing other people make it and seeing how they choose their fabrics and how they put it together and just their pride that they have in finishing it. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy that. And so I love it when people tag us on social and just show us what they're making. Yeah.
I looked up, I'm sorry to interrupt, I'm sorry. On Instagram, I looked up the hashtag. Is it Big Easy Quilt? Hashtag Big Easy Quilt or?
Hashtag The Big Easy Quilt.
The Big Easy Quilt. Everyone should definitely go check out that hashtag on Instagram to see a lot of different versions. It's really going to inspire you also. So, we also have, I just pulled in front of me for, to be kind of cute. We have lots if you have those precious fat quarter bundles stored away where you have bought them, or you don't want to think about matching, definitely crack those out for this quilt. Fat quarters are perfect. And then we also can help curate a beautiful pack for you. So you could buy them individually. Can you all tell us about the fabric requirements? I happen to have the fabric requirements right in front of me.
Right in front of me.
So it only takes fat quarters.
Yes.
Yes.
Just 3/4 fat quarters. I think it's 12.
I believe it's 16 fat quarters.
16 fat quarters. For the throw size, it's 16 fat quarters.
Okay.
Yes.
And then
the size is the size that's up here.
Okay.
And I think it's the size that you have in your shop too.
Yes, it is. It is. It's a good size. Do you have a favorite size quilt you like to make? Just personally. Like when you make a quilt, am I like, this is my size?
I make queen size quilts. I like big quilts and I cannot lie.
Ah, I love it. Love it.
And I like making like a throw twin size. Like that's kind of my happy spot. If I make something bigger, that's a big project for me.
Love it. Peggy Sullivan says she loves that you are both in education. I know Peggy, and she's worked for DISD for a long time and is now retired, but she is a great fan of quilts and a wonderful person. Abigail Diaz says, how many quilt patterns have you created so far?
So this is actually our first full quilt pattern, so we're super excited that Urban Spools is carrying it.
Yes.
And we have 2 other table runner patterns that we have published. So we're budding designers.
Excellent, excellent. I love it, and I love that you're local and you're using the fabrics that we're all fans of with the Tulip Pink and the Anna Marie Horner. Do you have a favorite fabric line or favorite designer you just can't resist?
Catherine sure does.
I love Bonnie and Camille. Those reds and the navy and the turquoise and the coral, they just make my heart sing. But that's not the only fabric I like. I love Tulip Pink, and I like Anna Maria Horner, and I like Alison Glass. Like, there's a lot of fabric. I like beautiful fabrics. That's what I say.
Love it.
I love Kate Bassett. I love Anna Maria Horner. I love Alison Glass and Tulip Pink. Like, I just love, as Catherine said, I love beautiful fabric. And so I just love those big, bright, beautiful colors. And black and white.
Black and white, yeah. Well, she's got those unique Tulip Pink with her unique sketching, her artistry, those nice little hidden animals that are good size. So that makes it special too. What other creative activities do you do? Do you do other things besides sewing, or do you just always go to sewing?
I also crochet, and I recently took a knitting class, and I think I'm going to like knitting.
And I do, well, I will say, like, quilting is my go-to craft.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I also do a little bit of cross stitch, and I'm learning to embroider, thanks to you, Ashley.
I do love embroidery.
Your influence on me there. And I am learning to do, like, hand lettering. I want to get better at that. And that's, like, my goal this year is to get better at that. So.
Oh, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Let's talk about, do you have pets? I know the answer, so I'm very excited.
Of course. What quilter doesn't have a cat on a quilt? I mean, like, many quilters don't. Okay.
So we have two cats. They're both gingers. We have Castiel, the supernatural kitty,
And we have Eddard, Lord of the Abbeys.
So they simply go by Cass and Ned.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. What is a sewing project you think everyone should have on their bucket list, or everyone should try at least once?
That's a good question. I mean, I think for me, I will say, like, for my bucket list, I want to do, like, one of those amazing Judy Niemeyer, like, her quilts.
Yes.
I think that's, like, a bucket quilt. So,
For me, I love log cabins, and I think everyone should do a log cabin. And there's so many variations of log cabins. Personally, on my bucket list is a pineapple quilt. I've made the fruit one. Now I want to make the log cabin pineapple one. So I think I love log cabins.
Yes. That's awesome. Let's see. Are you into sports at all? This is just kind of get to know you questions. We want to know you. I think it's exciting to know the people behind the patterns we have.
I mean, I did play church ball, basketball, and volleyball, but
I like going to ice hockey games.
I go to my students' games when they ask, and then I have to ask them to tell me everything about it because I don't understand it.
That's probably a wonderful time for them to teach you something. They probably like that role reversal bit. Well, I'm so glad to meet everyone, to have everyone come today to meet you two. And I thank you all for your time today and encourage everyone to check out your pattern. And thank you for sharing. Do you all have any last words?
Just really thank you for the honor of being interviewed. And we hope that people who buy the pattern will definitely share online what they've made. We'd love to see it.
We'd love to see it. If you guys want to tag us, we would love to look at your work. As you heard, it's my favorite part, so I want to see what you make.
Yeah, and Urban Spools offers great classes, so take your little
class.
hesitant about making it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Put together a great stack of fabric for it.
Yes. And how can people reach you to see your other designs for your, I know this is your first quilt, but you have, I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, about the t-shirts. You do t-shirts and you have some table runner patterns, how can people get to you?
We have a website.
It's allieandcc.com.
All right.
You can find us on Instagram. I'm Alice O'Dallas.
And I'm Catherine Dutton Sews.
All right. Thank you, ladies. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
Have a great night and send us your patterns. We have a couple more questions. Just a moment.
No worries.
Yeah. Where are you hoping to expand and get into with design? Where are you hoping to go to with design? That's from Crystal White.
Well, we do have a couple more patterns that are in the process of being designed at the moment. So we are going to come out with a few more quilt patterns soon, and in the future I think we'll see some more quilt patterns.
Excellent.
Quilt quilts.
I think you're going to be seeing several patterns coming out from us in the next few months. So.
Oh, very exciting. A nice little teaser. I love it. And then Sarah was asking, what is your favorite quilting notion? That's a great question.
Good question. What's that called? That rotary, that thing that uses the rotary blade?
Go grab it.
I'll be right back.
I love the the purple thing. It does everything. I like that.
Yes.
I love that it's a stiletto. It has the 1/4 inch gauge at the end. I also use it for when I'm ever pulling stuff through. So I do love my purple thing. I use it all the time. And then we recently got these notions, and I saw that Urban Spools is carrying them right now.
Yes. Yeah, we just got those.
Blade in there. Oh, sorry. You put your used rotary blade in there, and you can use it when you're chain piecing to snip those threads really easily.
We have them.
Very cool.
And it's safe for cat paws. So
Yes. Key.
It's
And
a
you can
plus.
pull it apart and put it in its little case. So
Oh,
it is my favorite notion right now.
that is pretty cool. I'm gonna have to look at that. We do have them, and I'm told we have them in lots of cool colors. So there's a lot of choices to make.
Right. Yeah.
Our virtual class, let me tell the audience, our virtual class is January 26th. So if you'd like to get in on the virtual Big Easy Quilt, sign up on January 26th. And then we have a February date, March date, and April date to do it in person. So come to urbanspools.com and sign up. And Catherine and Alice of Allie and CC Designs, thank you so much for being here.
No,
thank you so much for having us.
And everyone else, thank you for coming to watch and see me do an interview and meet the designers. And come into Urban Spools whenever you're ready to curate your pattern. Bye.